things can take a while to get released here, and sometimes they don't get released at all. The Toxic Crusaders is a franchise that we totally missed out on down under. The Toxic Crusaders is the kind of franchise that can only be spawned by an over-the-top horrific gore fest, but you know, kid-friendly. There's the cartoons, the action figures, and of course, the video games. The Toxic Crusaders became an incredibly 90s way to learn about the environment and the evils of pollution and big business. The Toxic Crusaders TV show certainly had some charm, but it really feels like 1991 was the year of the Toxic Crusaders. That's when the show officially debuted. That's the date on the bottom of the action figures feed. And unfortunately, the games actually came out a year later in 1992. Kind of feels like the franchise might have already peaked, which might explain why it never made it to Australia. So there were 3 different games made, based off the Toxic Crusaders cartoon series. Outside the Genesis version, there was a Game Boy and an NES version. Luckily, if you can get your hands on the Genesis version, it'll work fine in a Mega Drive. So, without further ado, it's cleanup time! So out of the 3 Toxic Crusaders games, this Genesis version comes off the strongest for me. It plays fast, the enemies don't really bog you down, and you get to keep your mop throughout the whole game. If you're going to go out of your way to play a Toxic Crusaders game, you kind of expect to keep the mop. It was pretty much its own character in the cartoons, an integral part of the Toxic character. As well as letting you mash bad guys up with the mop, the Genesis version also has the best colour palette and also a 2-player mode. The Toxic Crusaders were bright, like really bright, burn your eyes out bright, if you have sensitive eyes, and there's no way they could capture that magic on the Game Boy. And I don't feel like the Nintendo could keep up consistently with the Mega Drive. So I would have loved to see how a Super Nintendo version of this game would have panned out. It's obvious that I love the Sega, but it's also obvious that the Super Nintendo was just better at handling those really 90s fluorescent colour palettes. The Genesis version, just like the NES version, is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and already I can hear you all out there setting yourself up for disappointment. And that's a wise decision, dudes, because yeah, it is a bit repetitive. It is a beat-em-up based off a cartoon, but as you mop through the baddies, you get the chance to power up your weapons. And this is a little bit strange, but you can choose between 3 different Toxic Crusaders in the menu options. A second player can't just drop in during gameplay, but you can select a multiplayer option from the menus as well. You can pick from Toxie, No Zone, and Junkyard. Each has a slightly different special attack, but once you start, you're pretty much stuck with that character. You also notice for each different character, all the dialogue in the story is going to be the same as Toxie's. For such a well thought out, brilliantly executed game based off such a quality kids TV show that lasted 1 season, goofs like this just become part of the charm. Outside the repetition, you've got one more pretty massive hurdle to clear. The environments are unforgiving, and they can kill you instantly. Not a great matchup with a side-scrolling brawler, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of brawlers out there with no interactive environments at all. If the fighting system is great, like in Sengoku 2, I might overlook it. So, having a few skateboarding, elevators, and moving platform levels feel like they help the game, but they're still frustrating and unforgiving. It's really easy to slam Troma and everything they do. The plots suck, the characters are terrible, and it looks like rubbish. But they are a production company with a lot of fans. So I'm going to be the guy who's bummed about missing out on the entire Toxic Crusaders franchise. I mean, this game, it's not special, but it's not that terrible either. So do I really like torturing myself with these leftovers that everyone else has passed on ages ago? Yeah, I make whole videos about it. I had fun with this game. If my little brother ever stole it, I would beat him up to get it back. I wouldn't even care if he told on me. That's just what it's worth to me. Hey, did you know the Leftover Culture Review has a webpage? See the latest videos and articles straight out of Leftover Culture Review HQ. Every video has a small article with some information about the game and links straight to our Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching.